Have you ever looked up at a full moon on a clear night and wondered whether there was really a man in the moon? Of course you have. Well, this is the story of a boy who not only wondered, but believed it. And what's more, he tried to do something about it. He built a shortwave set in the backyard of his home, hoping that his signals would be heard on the moon. And one night, under a full moon, Jerry was working at his shortwave set in the backyard. He had a feeling that something very exciting was going to happen.
Oh, boy! There it goes again! CQ, CQ! This is JD5PDQ! JD5PDQ! Over!
Jerry! Jerry!
Just another hour, Mom! JD5PDQ, over and out.
And oh, it's 1:30 bedtime. Over and in.
Oh, all right, Mom. I'm coming. But I'm coming back again because I just know it's going to happen tonight. Wow, the moon looks so big. Why, it's almost as though I could just reach up and touch it.
No sooner did Jerry leave the shack in his backyard to enter his home than a band of jewel thieves came running onto the grounds. They were escaping from the police. The leader of the gang was called Flicker, and he was a cruel and clever man. His henchmen were trained to obey his every command.
Trapped like a common criminal. Sleeves.
Yeah, boss.
Skin.
Yeah, boss.
Happy.
Yeah, boss.
Case the premises.
Yeah, boss. You're the boss.
And not a sound out of any one of you.
Just then, two of his small-time bungling thieves named Nose Nolan and Fluffy came running up. Nose Nolan, who was very frightened, let go with an enormous sneeze.
Achoo! Imbecile, you'll have the cops down on us.
Oh, Nose Nolan, you will be our ruination.
Ah, gee, Fluffy, I couldn't help it. It's me nervous sneeze.
I thought I told you to blow. Beat it. You're out of the gang.
Oh, take us back in the gang, Flicker. Have a heart.
There's no room for a heart in my profession. Your blasted sneezes ruined $1 million jewel robbery.
$1 million sneeze. Should we knock him off, boss?
Do you want the law to find us? How many times do I have to tell you?
Never to fire until the boss gives the order.
And who's the boss?
You're the boss. Look out, boss. Somebody's coming, duck.
It was Jerry sneaking back to his radio shack.
JD5PDQ.
Flicker stepped out of the dark.
I say, my boy.
Huh?
Do you have a police band on your radio? We're looking for an escaped,
Criminal.
Oh, no. I'm a scientist. I'm looking for a golden eagle.
Oh, gee, I can't help you now, mister. I'm contacting the moon tonight.
The moon? First, I'm surrounded by police, then bunglers, and now a dreamer. All equally dangerous.
Well, the way I figure it, when the sun and the moon and the earth are lined up just right, a sort of magnetic beam comes down, and then I'll be able to speak to the people on the moon.
And just then, a beautiful magnetic moonbeam did come down. Jerry couldn't see it because he was working at his radio set, but Flicker saw it and ducked behind a tree. He was amazed to see a jolly-looking moon creature with horns riding gently down the beam.
This is JD5PDQ. You're coming in strong.
Come out, PDQ JD5.
Well, who are you?
Hello, JD5PDQ. So, this is what you look like. Ha ha! No horns, but otherwise not too strange looking.
Well, you're not from the...
Of course, from the moon. Ha, 'tis a lovely sight from here, is it not? And it would be a pity if you ever lost it, would it not?
Lose the moon? Well, what do you mean?
I can't explain now.
Well, how did you get down here?
The magnetic beam, of course.
But what makes it work?
The dream dynamo, my boy. Wishes and dreams, you know.
The dream dynamo? Golly.
How would you like to come to the moon with me?
To the moon? Holy cow!
The man in the moon has something very important to talk to you about.
But why me?
Because nobody else believes there are people in the moon. The moon creature, whose name was Mondo, promised that Jerry would come back to Earth on the same beam, but it would last only an hour or so, and they would have to hurry. Jerry, wildly excited by the adventure, rose up the magnetic beam.
Gosh, I'm going up! I'm going to the moon!
And then Mondo stepped into the beam. That boy doesn't know it, but he's the Earth's last best hope. Then out of hiding came the amazed Flicker and his gang.
If I didn't see it with me own eyes.
If dead ain't the living end.
Gentlemen, here's our only chance to escape the law. We'll follow that boy to the moon.
Oh, boss, I don't like to fly.
Into the beam, that's an order.
Okay, boss. Oh, you coming, boss?
Certainly. One of the more gratifying rewards of my profession. Outwitting the law. The police were closing in now, and so Fluffy and Nose Nolan had no choice but to follow the others up the magnetic beam to the moon.
I'm nervous. Achoo!
I must be out of my mind.
When the police came running in, they were surprised to see that nobody was there at all. As Jerry flew through the sky, he was so happy he sang,
Look where I am, I'm higher than the highest kite. Look where I am, I'm going to the moon tonight. If it's a dream, I wouldn't want to wake up yet. I'm on the beam and climbing like a super jet. I never thought I could fly, I wasn't designed to. No rockets have high, and yet I can fly by using my mind too. Hey, look at me, I'm flying at the speed of light. So much to see, I'm going to the moon tonight.
and Fluffy and Nose Nolan, frightened out of their wits, sang,
Look where we are. We're freezing in the stratosphere.
Look where we are. Now how do we get down from here?
We're in a jam. We're going where the Sputnik goes.
Where we am? Because you got a loudmouth nose.
I never thought I could fly. I sure didn't want to.
While flying about, I'm nervous without a strap to hang on to.
I'm scared to death. I've always been afraid of height.
Don't hold your breath. We're going to the moon tonight.
Look where I am! Way up where no Boeing would think of going. I'm racing with comets and dodging shooting stars. Off to the right, isn't that Neptune? And there on my left, that's Mars. Just look at the way the Big Dipper is dipping. And look at the Milky Way actually dripping. Well, what are those beautiful whirling things in that circular pattern? Of course, the rings of Saturn. I wonder if there are people on Venus. Well, I might as well wave in case they've seen us. Hi, Venus. Oh, Mercury. Bye, Jupiter. Hey, everybody. Look where I am. I'm going to the moon tonight. What will I see? I can't imagine what's in store. I'm gonna be where no one's ever been before.
I never planned on flying like a maniac.
Soon as we land, I'm going to catch the next beam back.
I wonder why they chose me to visit the moon now. I really don't care as long as I'm there, and that'll be soon now. Moon straight away, it's getting to be very bright. Who knew today that I'd be on the moon? I'd be on the moon. I'd be on the moon tonight.
And so Jerry and Mondo raced through the sky with the speed of moonlight. They entered one of the portholes to the moon, for these people lived inside the moon. There simply wasn't enough air or moisture for life to exist on the forbidding outside. Strange creatures startled Jerry.
Well, are we really on the moon?
In the moon, Jerry. We came through one of the portholes.
In the moon? Wow. Wait till I tell him I've been in the moon.
We'll pass through that door to a much lower level, Mr. Ambassador.
Ambassador? Me?
The first ambassador to the moon.
But why me?
Well, now, we couldn't create a magnetic circuit with someone who didn't believe in us, could we?
Well, no, I guess not.
All right, then. Let's hurry. We have much to do before the magnetic beam runs out. As they were about to pass through the door to the main chamber of the moon, an enormous, mute giant with great horns barred their way. He'd been there all the time, sleeping, but Jerry hadn't noticed him because he looked like part of the rocks. When Mondo explained that the man on the moon wanted to see Jerry, the giant let them pass. Then he went back to sleep. A few moments later, Flicker and his gang came tumbling in. They didn't notice the sleeping giant either. Flicker led them away to search for Jerry because they were worried that Jerry could identify them to the police. Now, Fluffy and Nose came bouncing in and came to rest on the sleeping giant. When the giant moved in his sleep, they were frightened.
It's an earthquake!
A moonquake.
The force of the sneeze uncovered a big heap of diamonds.
Look, Nose! It's a genuine 18-karat gold miracle!
Yeah, and it was my nervous sneeze that did it.
Hooray for nervous sneezes!
Just then Flicker came back, gun in hand.
Oh, Flicker, don't shoot. Give us a break, huh? Look, diamonds. Hundreds of them.
Diamonds? Diamonds! Rich beyond riches. And my father wanted me to work, to scratch for a living. I like to reap what other people sow. I like to bake with other people's dough. Give me a safe I can crack or a kid I can snatch. I got an itch to be rich, and when I itch, I scratch. Natch! I like to spend what other people save. I like to sleep while other people slave. Who wants to work like a jerk at a good steady job? I got an itch for a rich, ripe rube I can rob. I got one golden rule by which I live. Yeah! It's better to receive than to give. I like to own what other people buy. I like to laugh while other people cry. I got an itch to be rich, and that is why when nighttime comes a stealing, so do I.
So do I.
So do I.
So do I. All right, men, gather up the diamonds and we'll slide down that beam. We're in business. I got an itch to be rich, and when I itch, I scratch. Whenever I burgle a bank or rob a store, it always whets my appetite for more. No matter how much I had the day before, it's never enough, never enough. I'm always after more and more and more and more and more and more and more. There is one golden rule which I have learned. A penny stolen is a penny earned. I like to own what other people buy. I like to laugh while other people cry. I got an itch to be rich, and that is why don't want to dig a ditch or sing along with Mitch. Just got this simple itch to be rich. Rich. Even though Fluffy and Nose found the jewels, Flicker decided to rub them out. This caused Nose to sneeze again.
Achoo!
Which awakened the giant. He grabbed Nose and Fluffy
Hey, let go!
Yeah, let go.
and hurled them to the ground. Flicker figured out that if a giant was guarding the door, then there must be greater treasure further on, and so by a combination of flattery and trickery, he and his gang got through the door. But when Fluffy and Nose tried to sneak by the giant, he grabbed them and shook them till their bones rattled.
Hey! Let go! Let go!
I didn't do nothing and I won't do it again.
Meanwhile, Jerry and Mondo descended to a deeper chamber of the moon. Jerry was awed by the strangeness of everything.
Well, what about the dream dynamos, Mondo?
Out there in the distance, they supply the power to make our dreams come true.
Do the dream dynamos work for wishes, too?
What is a dream but a wish in fancy clothes?
But what makes the dynamos run?
Heartbeats, Jerry. Just heartbeats. Now, if you listen hard, you can hear them.
Gosh, what's that?
That peculiar animal is a hexapus. Just something I dreamed up to amuse you.
Well, can you dream up anything you want?
Oh, no, you've got to earn it. The bigger the dream, the harder it is.
Oh.
And then there's the grand wish. That comes only once in a lifetime, if at all.
A grand wish? Well, could I ever have a grand wish?
Maybe, if you deserve it. Some people never do. As Mondo left to announce Jerry's arrival, Chandra entered. She was about Jerry's age and had tiny horns in her golden hair. They liked each other from the very start.
May I tell you something?
Well, sure.
I didn't really think I could like someone without horns.
Oh?
Oh, but I do. I really do.
Well, and do you know something? I used to think only devils had horns.
Oh.
Oh, but I don't anymore. Does your mother make you wash behind your horns?
Oh, she doesn't have to make me.
Well, I just asked.
Oh, you come from a place that's so far away. I was worried about what you'd be like.
Oh?
But I'm not anymore.
Yesterday we